Alright, my friends, today we are diving into the full-on tutorial, the steps, the process that you will take to set up your account here with Freshworks, your Freshworks Suites, which is their sales CRM platform encompassing some of their other tools and solutions that they have as well. So ultimately, we don't want to prevent ourselves from being able to have a aligned sales and marketing strategy efforts. We want that alignment. That's what we focus on here at marketingandsaleshelp.com. So I've already jumped into my account. As you can see, I set it up. You can come to the pricing page here, just do try for free. I don't even know if they have a affiliate program or not, so it's not like we are only doing things exclusively focused on affiliate programs. No, they help with being able to enable and allow me to invest in my time and energy, being able to be allocated more towards this part of the business model that we have put in place. Obviously, I need to provide our services to our direct customers and whatnot. I'm obviously doing this, that, and the other. But the more revenue that's generated, the more I can reinvest in the business, have other members, Donna, Frank, assist with, on a more consistent and full-time basis. So that's the beautiful thing about this channel and whatnot, and being able to utilize affiliate programs to help with generate additional revenue streams. So any support is always appreciated there. But that said, we're not only focusing on those products. We are focusing on products that we do believe can be beneficial for our audience, potentially, right? Sometimes you don't know. And in this case, I don't entirely know because I've never used Freshworks. Hence, this in-depth, and I don't want to say in-depth tutorial or review, but a look at Freshworks as I go through the steps of setting up my account and ultimately giving you guys a first-hand look at what is easy, what is not so easy, if there's any hardships or pitfalls or mistakes we make. Well, you'll be able to see that and experience it with us firsthand. Oftentimes, I think clients don't realize what goes into setting up some of the systems and workflows and processes. So it's good to, I think, be able to document maybe a full-on experience and let people see, hey, some of this stuff takes time to set up. I think some customers think it's just like it's done in an hour. It's like, no. If you want it to be done correctly, it's going to take a little time more often than not. Yes, you want it to be done quickly. That's the goal. We all do. I do. I don't want to have to spend hours and hours to set up a CRM system. That said, I understand the value of a CRM system, so I'm willing to spend hours and hours if need be to have it look and feel and work the way that will allow a business such as ours and yours and anyone else's to function, to grow, to scale, to work efficiently. So as I say all of that, obviously you guys are getting a look at the different dashboards that they have. I think these are the same. Maybe a difference at the bottom, let's see. But I do think, this will be helpful for some people. Now, all of that said, let me know what you guys think. Should I edit out, if I do any of these videos in the future, do you want to see those mistakes, those issues? See, I just hit the mic accidentally as I said mistakes. Now, I would cut that out in some cases. Or I can leave it. And we can keep it funky, keep it fresh, keep it real. Or we can polish things up a little bit more. I'm curious to hear where you guys stand on that, because that will help me understand the direction that I should go, and maybe not should, but as you know, where's my core audience at the beginning coming from? I appreciate, I respect loyalty, and try to do what I can to show that. So I'm curious to hear from you guys. What do you think? To my first fellow subscribers and viewers, what do you feel about that? Keep the edits, the mistakes, the raw and gritty, let you see a full-on tutorial, or you just want it to be polished up, show the quick points, or maybe if we have the bandwidth, we do both. Comment down below, let me know. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Let's jump into this tutorial video. Alright, so we are here in the dashboard tab from the sales page. Sales, what do you call this? Station? I wish there was like a pop-up. I feel like there was. So I don't know if this is considered like a station, or like sales team. If we go to marketing, you have a dashboard here as well, and that shows you the same tabs, so that part is not different. What's different though is marketing. The first tab that you see up here is Freddie. Oh, Freddie. Freddie used to be Freddie has many. For me personally, Freddie has multiple, Freddy Cougar, but then my nephew Freddie. So it's like a weird dynamic. But I grew up loving Freddy Cougar, because Freddy Cougar. If you were an '80s baby like me, Freddy Cougar, he had like a personality. He wasn't like other scary, people. It's an interesting. I haven't thought about Freddy in a while. That's funny, Freddy Cougar. Yeah, that might be a video for one of my other channels. So Freddie, as you can see here, though, Freddie was not able to generate insights due to insufficient data. Prompts: show me total chat conversations for the last 30 days. Give me average resolution time. Show me conversations count by month. Give me a trend for average response time. You can see Freddie here basically is like your data, analytical, kind of copywriter, marketing, sales assistant, who can just help you in various ways, as you can see from these popular prompts. But we can probably just engage with Freddie where you're asking other things. Ask me anything, it says. Obviously, give me average resolution time. Show me a bar chat of conversations trends for the last 30 days. Give me a trend for average response time. Show me conversation count by month. So, and I apologize. I just woke up. I didn't even really fully sleep last night, but figured, you know what? I need to set this up. I've been kicking the can down the road on this. So obviously I'm trying to stay hydrated as well, because I literally woke up and was like, let's just do this. Alright, so I'm curious though to see how it responds when I do just click on one of these. Give me average resolution time. Average resolution time 0 seconds, which would make sense, considering if we come back over here to our tabs on the left side here, dashboard, again, it's the second thing you see, which I am a big dashboard guy. I love being able to have insight into my business. So, while there are other CRMs out there that I'm advocating for, that I want to see win, that are new, One of the features that I feel like every CRM needs to have includes a dashboard that has different cards that give you insight into your business. Valuable insight. So I like that this comes with these, they're called reports, these different reports or dashboards that already, it's populated. So it's not like you have to go and create all of this on your own. Now that said, I'm wondering if I can easily create my own cards that would allow me to, that align more specifically with my particular business motto. So that's one of those things that I believe it does give you that, those capabilities. Add deal, add product, add account, add contact. The question is, where do you go about doing that, right? Ooh, I like this. So this is neat. The fact that I can come over here, click on this, and literally download a CSV or something. Ooh. Oh. Oh boy. Let's come over to the marketing tab again. Now, obviously, nothing is configured, so we're not going to see anything in here populated, but I do just wanted to walk around quickly, and maybe this will be a separate video. Maybe not. I don't know. Just a long, full-on video that's giving you guys a look, a more in-depth overview, because before my other introductory video, excuse me, my introductory video did not, oftentimes they do not go into the platform, and they are a means of just introducing the software, the solution, the platform. So this is really a more in-depth look and walk around the platform. Now, I want to come over here really quickly and just go through these tabs. And I like that we can get, more granular. So some CRMs will kind of leave it here. And it's no, I might want to know more information about that individual and or that business. So, well, let's check out Jay. You can see here the overview section, sales qualified lead, the different stages of the life cycle. And the question is, can you easily update and configure all of this, right? I mean, to move him, I can see you can easily do that. Customize overview, so I assume you can probably rearrange things and or move things. Well, it doesn't look like you can move, but it does look like you can hide or show. Yeah. So, yeah, you got a note section here. Reached out to Jay but did not respond. I like that. Again, you want to know your touch points. How frequently are you reaching out to people? When was the last time you did it? Location, we can easily add that. Account, email, phone, all the basic information that you would want to see and know about your contact, right? Tags, so big. That ability to tag them with a particular word or phrase or term, essential, very big. Source, you can see how I, how they found me or how I found them. Again, location information, life cycle stage, the status. If I lost it, you have that ability to write why to say why, right? I like that. Subscription status. Maybe you do or don't have, subscription model or something of the sort, or again, I believe you can easily, maybe not, turn off or hide all of these different sections. That's what's going to be part of the big question is, manage fields. Bam. So again, having that ability to hide things and have things show up, I think is essential. So we are back here on J. See more of that information here. No open deals associated with him. No upcoming meetings with Jay. So again, a nice way to tag or connect if we have a deal, meaning Jay wants to do a contract with me where he says, hey, I don't really have a sales and marketing aligned strategy. I'm a small business over here. I'm doing all right. I've been doing well for the past 3 years, 10 years. But I never actually had an aligned sales and marketing strategy that probably can help me more than what I know. So maybe Jay and I make a deal. All right. I'm going to click on it. Again, I'm doing this real time, so I don't know exactly how well this stuff works or if I'm doing it right or wrong. Related contact. I don't know what this, if it's supposed to be tagged with someone else. I feel like these are other people that work in other businesses, so I don't think I would want to connect him with someone at another business. But maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some connection there. But for the deal itself, my assumption is related contact would be the person that you have the deal with, so that way then it will appear here. So again, if there's multiple people involved, you might be able to tag multiple people. Now Jay is already here, so it doesn't make sense for me to add Jay again. But maybe Jane, who's part of another business, is part of this deal, this agreement. Maybe Jane is someone who specializes in, I don't know, maybe Jane specializes in making music curated towards the HR, towards employee engagement. Or maybe Jane is a employee engagement specialist. So me and Jane are gonna collaboratively work together to create a internal onboarding, sales and marketing, blueprint or campaign or something of the sort. This might be an easy way to tag two different businesses, and that might be a bad example, because I don't know if I would want her associated with it in this case, because usually my assumption is that she's a customer or a client if she's here in the CRM and the contacts area. So we're just gonna leave Jay. And I'm complicating things. I know, I'm sorry. But that may be a scenario, or maybe people are wondering, how would you do that? So you could, maybe she's just another customer and she's also part of a larger deal, and I say, hey, if you and two other business owners come together and I can do it for $10,000 each. So we're gonna come down here to the deal type and select new. Or maybe we just go to, I don't know, professional services. Now again, I'm doing this in real time, so I don't entirely know what that means, but we'll find out. So I'm sure it's gonna mean something somewhere else. That's the power of a CRM. It's all connected. Some people don't want this stuff, the details, the information. I do. Sometimes that just means you also have to put in the work to properly fill and identify, label, so that you can more easily identify the information that you're looking for later. Deal name is automatically populating based off of the name of the related account, which is associated with the individual, so E Corp. Sample is what it's saying right here. I don't know if that is tied to this name or his name up here. I have a feeling it's tied to this name. And then it just says deal, which they probably populate that automatically as it's deal name. And then I had selected deal type as professional services. So they automatically create the deal name for you. I'm going to just say how much this is worth. Let's say $7,000. And then I can add products directly here associated with the deal that him and I are working on. So let's say his website needs to be revamped. I'm going to come to maintenance. Well, you know what? We're not probably going to see anything I'm saying right now, actually, though, obviously, because it's not in here, right? These are just categories, things that they've populated for us. But some of this might be also depending on what type of business model you selected when you set up your account at the very beginning. One of the steps it asks is what type of business. I think I just selected other, but there are a number of different businesses. So if you are a accountant, or if you are a lawn care business, or if you are a plumber, a barber, I don't know, whatever it might be, yoga instructor, they probably have different features and different categories and whatnot that may potentially be showing up that are reflective of your industry. It could be wrong, could be mistaken, so some of this stuff might look different depending on what you select, is my point. But we can, a lot of these are empty, and so they're saying, okay, you may have a category that's associated with these areas based on your business, but now you want to add the product, right? So we can say setup. Well, maybe it'd be maintenance. Well, no, maintenance to me would be ongoing work. So let's say the client, among the $7,000 value that this deal is coming to, we will say setup, new product, and maybe it'll just be, I'm just going to say website development. So it's going to be setting up someone's website, one-time pricing, and unit price. Now, this could fluctuate depending on the complexity of the website, depending on how many pages, depending on if it's going to include or not include SEO, content creation. So for the sake of simplifying things, so just so we can keep looking at different features, but you would probably do this, and then maybe, if I wanted this package itself to just, and I think I saw a package option on the other, right before this, but let's say website development plus SEO research and optimization, right? Maybe we throw in copywriting, since we're going to be just doing the whatchamacalled, like just doing the website. They want us to do everything. They don't have a writer, anyone who specifically focuses on copywriting or SEO research and whatnot. So you know, but maybe they don't want us to do content creation because they do have a marketing person who does that. So we'll say it's 5,000, and then they want us to do one other thing, or we have to do something else. So, but I'm just gonna do that right here because I don't want to have to keep doing additional things. So, bam, there you got it. Now, if we wanted to add something else, we can. So, or if we wanted to separate this, and say, you know, maybe just the website itself is, you know, and this could be more, obviously. It's going to still depend on each case by case, obviously. But one quantity discount, maybe you say, hey, you know what? You are a first-time customer. We currently are offering a first-time customer deal of 15% off. So that brings it down, right? So now we can save this. Now the interesting thing is the total amount over here. So what you see, $5,950 is what they would essentially have to pay. But the value amount is slightly different. So if I remove that 15% and make it 0, this goes back to 7,000. Let's take off 10%. So the interesting thing is, yeah, now the deal value, it shows over here 6,930. Whereas the amount that is total comes to 6,300. So we're going to save that. And now you can see, hey, we previously had an opportunity with Jay. We lost that opportunity. We weren't really sure what the product would include or anything, so obviously it probably didn't get too far into the conversations. We did not add a expected close date yet, and you can see who is associated with this deal. So okay, cool. Forecast category. Have they committed yet? Best case, right? We don't know. We don't know yet. And expected close date. If we come back here, click on the deal name, now we can see the deal name up here at the top. How much? Okay, now the deal value is showing here properly. Yeah, and this is still new, so you know, it's not like this has been serious. It's been one yet. Maybe him and I, we engage in a conversation, or again, every business model is different. So the way that you have a new lead in the first place compared to someone who's qualified versus, right, like this whole cycle might be different. I don't know if we can configure that or not. You probably can somewhere in the settings, but I wanted to again just walk through this and let you guys see how it actually looks and see, you know, go through some of the processes and the steps that you would take to create a deal and whatnot to update that deal. Now he's qualifications stage from new. And we'll save it. You can see it updates here. And I have, or maybe not on this, you know what? I'll make a video or two that talks about the different stages of life cycle, of a sales life cycle. I like that you have the tags easily visible here that you can associate with the deal and not only with a contact. And then again, just basic high-level information here. Now, regarding this particular deal, you can easily, you have all these tabs that are all clickable up here. So if we had to send an email to Jay, we can. If we had to call him, we can do it directly in here. Add a note. Maybe I need to follow up with Jay about this, so I want to create a task. Maybe we're gonna have a meeting. Like, I love that it's all kind of right here, fairly easily accessible and kind of organized and structured in a way that will allow me to, you know, find what I need. Maybe it's going to take me a little time to find what I need at first as I continue to learn the platform. Clone. See, some of these things are they seem obvious, but there are so many CRMs that don't have these little things like this where I can just easily clone this deal here. Update the, commit deal. So he's more serious now. Now, once we commit it, once we kind of move him forward, maybe we do a demo. At this point, we can add an expected close date now, maybe. Maybe we do that in the negotiation phase. Maybe you do it from the rip, but you just push it out further, but now you can start to be more accurate and update it as you have more engagement. We can see the activities over here again. If you have a note, a task, or meeting, I don't know if it's all going to populate here, but at least the notes appear here. My assumption is if you just click on each tab, you'll see this particular information. It would have been nice if they just had a general thing there in activities, but for whatever reason, it's just the individual ones, which is still nice and awesome. So I'm not complaining. But yeah, I like this. Deal team, if there's multiple people associated with it. Now, this might be internally. Okay, so this is internally regarding my team. So I would have to add Donna Frank would never be part of any of these. So yeah, but if you are part of a large team, bam, here you go. Allow your other team members who are part of this particular deal to easily be kind of tagged and associated with it, connected with it. And I like this because you may have multiple deals with a client, but not every individual on your team may be involved with each deal with that client. So this is nice because you can, dictate and determine who is associated with the particular deal, and not necessarily, just because it's with a client that, they know or that they've been associated with in the past. Because I think a lot of CRMs may have it more or less tied to where it's a contact, and if you're associated with the contact, then you're automatically associated with each deal. But that may not be the case. And as I'm walking through all this stuff, feel free to ask any questions or any suggestions. I may overlook something. Updates available, like the updates available button sitting there in front of me. But I may overlook something. I may say something like, oh, I wish they had this, and meanwhile it might be sitting right in front of me. But again, this is nice. Contacts associated with this deal. See all their basic information here. Last time contacted time, open deals amount, one deals amount. Conversations. So where was that conversation? Sales email, Chell Brown LLC as our business. So this email is what has been connected with this account, which is our LLC name, not our front and center DBA name that people are familiar with. So depending on the user, the account that you actually sign up with, you will want to ensure that you properly, set up your account. And, again, that's something I'm going to do. But you want to make sure you do that so that emails and whatnot are being sent from the proper account, of course. But yeah, no, this is nice. Again, it's all easily kind of associated and connected here with the deal. See what the product is. Get quotes. Any files in particular that are associated with this deal? More Freddie AI insight. Curious to see what kind of insight he would give if there was actually more context in terms of communication, more details maybe about the deal itself. And then it says apps and marketplace apps, launchpad. So we do use QuickBooks, although we did just recently invest in a product that's on AppSumo, which would be awesome if we're able to make the jump from QuickBooks, but we shall see. Now, I'm not entirely sure why these are showing up here. I feel like this is kind of a random place for this to pop up as an option, but maybe not. Maybe again it makes sense, and I'm just not thinking about why it would be beneficial. But maybe there are aspects in here, something in particular that you can utilize or do that would help with connecting your deals with another platform. So, maybe you're using another tool, but again, they have so many features and things here, so I don't think you're gonna need, if you wanted to send an email or something based off of the status of a deal, you can probably do that here, automatically. I don't know. We gonna find out. But again, the QuickBooks, which may or may not work with our, it's going to probably depend on the type of account you have. Because a lot do and some don't work with some particular QuickBook accounts. But Stripe. So if you wanted to connect your Stripe account, I think you can probably do it fairly easily right here, up there at the top. I mean, they have a ton of options in here when it comes to different apps that you would potentially add. So that's nice. But the one thing is most of them are paid. So you will have to, keep that in mind. You will have to probably pay AI Smart Assistant multi-lane. Now Freddie is new, so I don't know if this would still be needed. That might be why that seems to be kind of popular, but not governed by Freshworks, Freddie AI. So they made a note to point this out. But there are free ones in here too. So I'm not going to do that right now just because I want to keep things moving. So now we're back here on Jay's page and we can see the sales he's now at a sales qualified lead stage. It says found one possible connection for Jay. That's Nick. So maybe Nick and Jay both work at the same place or something, or I'm not entirely sure of the possible connection correlation, but that's Freddie AI doing his thing, so I'm gonna assume or consider that there's something going on there. Score 35, then I think all that may have stayed the same, or that may have gone up for. I can't remember if that was 31, but I feel like it was 35, and maybe I'm just hoping it was 31. And now you can see on the right side, again, that's a little different. I don't think it had the add to sales sequence, but maybe it did. Maybe it did. Maybe it did. All right, so I am going to click out of that and just come back over here. Yeah, create sales sequence. Nice. So you can create your own sales sequence. That is clutch. I'm going to come to campaigns. Turn email blasts into personalized conversation. Announcing a seasonal discount. Reach all your contacts at scale with emails that are both customer made and good looking. And yeah, that's a nice, simple. I like that. Now, to note, if you do want to send out, do the whole email marketing campaign thing using Freshworks and Freshsales, Fresh Suites, well, you can see it is not included in Freshsales. It is included in Freshsales Suite, as well as Freshmarketer. However, not Freshsales. So that is important to note that and recognize that. You can see down here, templates include categories like newsletter, transactional, offers, and more. And they don't look too bad. I wish I can pop on that and you can get a look at it, but yeah, they look pretty good if you ask me. They look pretty good. So I'm not going to do this right now, but I did just want to let you get a glimpse of it. And it is like a drag and drop kind of builder. So I'm someone who has been a big fan of MailerLite. Currently, I have signed up with, or not signed up, but I made a purchase recently on AppSumo for a, what is it called, a Kumba mail? I'm going to really quickly, I'm taking a look at my product page. I thought should have been on page 1. So, I've been buying. I thought it was on page 1. Unless, oh, you know what it is? I may have just returned it before the deadline because I figured I would be using this. That's it. I remember, I was like, wait, where is my... Yeah, I was saying it right, a Kumba meal. I just refunded it 3 days ago, 4 days ago. Yep. So, yeah, this looks good. From those images, it looks like the final product itself looks good. So I think that was a good move with me returning that investment, considering I'll be using this. If I wasn't using this, then I would keep that, which I may actually go back to getting that. But potentially use it for other brands. I think part of the benefit with using Freshworks, Freshsales Suite, is that you can, I believe, connect multiple domains so that you can send emails from different accounts. Maybe not. I could be mistaken, but I think so. As you can see, they have WhatsApp, social media such as Facebook and Instagram, And then transactional emails, again with the drag and drop builder. Trigger emails via API for transactional events. So every time a subscription is ending, an order ships, or a new user signs up, it will send emails automatically to the right people. This is what I'm talking about. That automation and triggers. Now, again, another huge selling point for us here at Marketing and Sales Help is the customer journeys component. As you can see up here, it says nurture your customers with these ready-to-use journal playbooks. Excuse me. Nurture your customers with these. Nurture your customers with these ready-to-use journey playbooks. So, all right, so let's say trigger a bot campaign on your website, or so basically, yeah, let's say you just wanted to send a welcome email to all your new contacts. Well, you can just come over here and just enable the journey. It says target audience, contacts who've just been added to the CRM, and then use playbook to start engaging with new contacts. And you're going to select enable journey, not just the card itself. Send welcome email to new clients, steps to start this journey. Select the email you want to send. When you're set, click start journey. Okay. And first name is cool. So you can add conditions to these too that are pretty, like, that's nice. I have a nice number of options as well. I like that. Now this is what I'm talking about, my friends. And this seems pretty neat that they're using like a whiteboard to allow you to easily drag and drop and configure these experiences, so to speak. So if I wanted to extend this, send welcome series email campaign. After that, on send, on delivered, on opened, you can have different scenarios, have it do different things based off of the action, based off of what happens in that particular situation. So you can probably have multiple things that are coming from one of these little cards. Let's see. Maybe not. Yeah, this is pretty cool. So again, not gonna play around with this too much. Conditions, controls, and then the action itself. So I'm just gonna say on click. So you got to literally click on it and then drag it down. So it'll be like on open. So select it and then select the next card you want it to do. So send email series campaign, and then on open, I'm going to add that individual to a new list. So maybe I want to be organized, right? You want structure, you want systems, and you want to know, like, hey, when these few things happen, then X, Y, Z, and this person is more qualified than those other people. This person is now more worthy of my time and energy because they're willing to invest in their business or self or whatever it might be. So, not too shabby. Next is the conversations, which is like a team inbox, and you can see the exchange that Jane and I have had. And it's cool because, again, you have access to that history, to that conversation, so you can easily go back and say, like, hey, what did so-and-so and I speak about? More information on the right side over here. Conversation properties. So if you want to filter, I'm assuming. Then landing pages. So landing pages and forms. Create landing pages without coding and past experience. This is what we briefly spoke about and looked at before. And also the ability to utilize forms, turn website visitors into CRM contacts. So instead of using the other forms that you have in on your website, where you then have to use Zapier, however you pronounce it, or Pabbly, or some other integration tool that will help to pass that information along. Well, with this CRM, they give you the ability to create forms that then you can embed on your website and collect your leads for you manually. I like this. And we have analytics. Again, I'm a big analytics guy, so it's nice to be able to have various reports that give us insight into the business, your sales, and what's working, right? What's working. So I think this is what we are familiar with. Yep, and we've seen this particular dashboard. But if we come back to the analytics page, you can see there are just a ton of others, and you can come down and there are multiple pages worth of different reports and whatnot. So not too bad. I like that. You have my reports, curated reports, private reports, and shared reports. So if you are part of a team, you are the owner, and you want your team to have different access, or just to have insight into different components, different areas, different products. Maybe you make a report that is specific to that individual and your business model and their needs. So I am liking the way all of this looks. It seems like it'll be a power play, so to speak. Meaning it's going to help the business not more than I can imagine, but as much as I can imagine, tremendously. We just looked at the marketing side. If we come to the sales side, I think things might be pretty much the same, but slightly different. Here, contacts, you can see all similar information, maybe all entirely the same. But next is accounts. And you can now see eCorp. The reason why they asked me and said, hey, before this person might be associated with this deal, it's because Nick also works at eCorp, as you can see here. So I like this. Again, I like this paint. I like kind of just the way everything is laid out, the insight that you have, and how it's connecting them and showing them here. Now that might be something that you're going to have to do, but once you do it once, it's not like you have to go and continue to do it. So And then we have the actual deals tab, where you can see all of our deals that we currently have that are open. And lost all the way down here, as well as one. So I think you can just drag and drop. Yep. So it's that Kanban style, which I like. Some people don't. To me, it's like, I just need a pipeline. I just need like a dashboard. I need a way to see all of this information in an easy, clear, digestible way, and I believe this does it. And I also have a take a tour of deals with their interactive tour over here, so that's nice. Quarters and forecasting, you have settings, and then all deals, but then it says 13 more. So the ability that they give you to drill down, the filter feature, and like how you see here to select additional views, I think is huge. Hot deals, won deals, lost deals, closed this month, and then we can create our own as well. So I'm a big fan of this so far. You have conversations that are showing up here, so email, bulk email, so, but obviously you need to connect your email accounts, whether it's Gmail, Microsoft Outlook, Zoho, and others. What are call logs? Capture key details about your call, its outcome, the contact who's involved, or quick notes on the conversation. SMS. And then all chat, which we've seen this before. And all chat will show up here on the sales one. Wait, where was all chat? Why wasn't it? Interesting. So to get to it, you're gonna have to go that way to conversations and then come down to it. Then that will open up in its own box. We have the analytics, and that will again drill into what we previously seen on the homepage. And lastly, admin settings, and this is where the magic begins, because we would now create the aligned version, the aligned model of your business, and customize things so that they properly, meet the requirements or what's needed for you to have the insight, the information, control that's needed here. Now, one thing I wanted to draw attention to here on the contact page, which is a huge value to us, is the score and the customer fit. Show key scoring factors. You can see their score at 35, customer fit 2-star out of 5, and they break down the key factors behind the score. Why is it not higher? And I'm assuming if there was more touch points and more information, then the Freddy AI basically would, give us much more information than, would be of more value than these dummy accounts that don't have any real data. So keep that in mind, my friends. I am kind of curious to know how much information, like how beneficial Freddy AI really can be. But I imagine over time, as AI in general gets better and keeps improving, that these type of features will also improve too. Yeah, and this is cool. You know, you just have all that information that you need to be really accessible, update touch points and stuff. Um, yeah, I'm liking the way all of this looks. What do you guys think about Freshworks and their Freshsales Suites? Does this seem to align with your needs? Maybe not, maybe it does. Again, just that ability to drill down and find your contacts based off of, you know, your particular situation, your needs. Everyone is different. Needs follow-ups. Bam, I like that. You know, route leads to your team, bring in website leads. So this is all stuff to help you with, ramping up the process of you getting started with setting up your account. So considering the length of this video, I think I may hold off on actually setting up my account on this video. And I think what you guys just saw was a in-depth look and overview at Freshworks, at Freshsales Suites, and its powerful CRM. So hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Hopefully that was beneficial for you. It was beneficial for myself as I explored this, and I'm still excited to continue to dive into it even more. I will likely be creating another video that actually is the steps, the tutorial process that you'll want to follow to set up your Freshsales Suite CRM. So if you're interested in checking that out, well, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button while you're down below, because it does help us know that you appreciate this type of content, that you like this style, this type of in-depth overview and look at some of the products, some of the apps and tools that we are sharing with you guys. So again, much appreciation for watching, especially if you are still here. And let us know, what do you think about Freshsales Suite? Is this something that you think could help you and your small business? Or maybe you're using another CRM. Maybe you're old-fashioned and you still use spreadsheets. Totally fine, I guess. If you don't want the powerful insight and information that will allow you to then make better and more informed decisions, that might be fine, maybe. Even then, I don't know. So, my friends, again, much appreciation for watching. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. You already know, I gotta keep it moving, but I'll see you in the next video. Peace.